Ever want an example of a narcissist, but you don't actually want to talk to a narcissist to see one? I've got one for you today. A very animated narcissist we're going to call Ned. Yeah, that's right. It's time for the next episode of Narcs of Our Lives. Let's get started. My name's Angie Atkinson, and on this channel, I offer free daily video coaching to help you discover, understand, and overcome narcissistic abuse and toxic relationships. I like to call it toxic relationship rehab. So before I start the video, I just want to tell you I've decided to run the Narcs of Our Lives videos on Saturday mornings because Saturday morning cartoons, just for fun. So let's get going. Welcome to an all-new episode of Narcs of Our Lives. This week, we're sharing an old recipe you might already know about. It's a recipe for disaster. I'm Angie Atkinson. Well, you might know me as Animated Angie.
That's right, Angie. Today we're going to tell you what ingredients go into creating a toxic relationship with a narcissist.
Yep, so first things first, you need a selfish, self-centered person who has zero empathy, that is, a narcissist or someone with NPD.
Ugh. No one enjoys a narcissist, of course, but this recipe calls for one, so let's take a look, shall we?
So here we are with Ned. Ned, welcome to the show.
Of course I'm on the show, it's all about me, right?
Yeah, For once, it really is all about you, Ned. So let's help the audience understand why, shall we?
Yeah, I guess we could try. They are clearly not as smart or good looking as me, but whatever. Huh.
Right. Anyway, let's discuss the qualities of a narcissist real fast. Okay.
God, you might be good looking, but you're not real bright, are you? You just said that. Go ahead. Damn.
Wow, Ned, you are something else. Anyway, so in case you don't know, here are some narcissistic traits that you can watch for. First, there's a pervasive pattern of grandiosity in fantasy or behavior. There's a need for admiration and a lack of empathy. Of course, this all begins in early childhood, and it's present in a variety of contexts, as indicated by the next few things we're going to talk about, 5 or more of the following traits. Requires excessive admiration, shows arrogant, haughty behaviors or attitudes.
Psh. I don't require it. I deserve it, girl. I'm amazing. Duh.
Lacks empathy. Is unwilling to recognize or identify with the needs and the feelings of other people. Has a grandiose sense of self-importance, such as exaggerating achievements and talents, and of course, expecting to be recognized as, superior without commensurate achievements. Hey Ned, does that sound like anybody you know?
Nope. But doesn't sound familiar to me at all. Why haven't you told everyone how amazing I am yet? Are you still working up to it, or what? I'm waiting.
Yeah, has a sense of entitlement, unreasonable expectations of especially favorable treatment, or automatic compliance with his or her own expectations. Yeah.
But seriously, Angie, why haven't you offered me any free stuff yet? I thought I was gonna get free stuff today. What's up?
Narcissists are also personally exploitive, as in taking advantage of other people to achieve their own ends. They're often envious of other people and believe that others are envious of them as well. Sound like anyone you know? Did we already say that?
Man, this is crap. I take back what I said about you being good looking. Who gave you a show anyway? You're stupid. Did they not know I could do a show too? God.
Thanks for that. Yeah, requires excessive admiration, shows arrogant, haughty attitudes or behaviors. That's another narcissistic quality there.
Yeah, you know you wish you were me. Too bad you suck. Ho ho ho.
Oh my, Ned. You're definitely a great example of a narcissist. Do you also believe that you're special and unique and that you can only be understood by or should associate with other special or high status people or institutions? Are you preoccupied with fantasies of unlimited success, power, brilliance, beauty, or...
I definitely am great, but I'm not like anyone else. I know I'm special and no one else is like me. I don't hang around with losers like you, Angie. Now, I'm gonna get back to my awesome life and rub elbows with people who really matter. You do whatever you want, loser.
And there you have it, my friends. A good old-fashioned toxic narcissist in the flesh. Yep. So yeah, that was good old Ned the narcissist. He's our first ingredient for our toxic relationship recipe.
Indeed. And next up, ingredient number 2. A kind-hearted and willing empath. Here we go.
Yep, that's right, co-host. Our next ingredient is an empath, and usually one who's been abused or neglected in some way in childhood. You know, standard run-of-the-mill empath.
That's right, Angie. Let's meet our empath, shall we?
Hey there, Elena. Welcome to this show. Everyone, meet Elena the empath. Happy to be here, Angie. So how can I help you today? So happy you're here. So we're going to describe the qualities of an empath. Are you ready? Yes. Let's do it. All right, let's do it, girl. So I think the number one quality is that empaths literally feel the feelings of people around them. So true. Have I told you lately that you're my favorite animated show host? Aw, you're so sweet. Listen, another typical quality of an empath is being sweet. You might also find empaths quick to act when someone displays extreme emotion, right? What do you think? Yep, we do like to fix stuff in people, don't we? Indeed we do, my friend. Indeed we do. And a lot of us are always looking for the answers and knowledge about stuff we deal with, right? True that, Elena. And a broken empath might find themselves turning into a hermit. Sometimes. And other times, the world is so ugly that the broken empath might just retreat into depression and isolation. It's true. Especially when we get involved with narcissists, you know? Ugh. So you put together Elena the empath with Ned the narcissist, and what do you get?
Sounds like a recipe for disaster.
That's right, co-host. That's right. A recipe for disaster. In our next episode, we'll teach everyone how to recognize a narcissist who is love bombing. All right?
That'll be a great episode. Stay tuned for the next Narcs of our lives, everyone. Thanks for watching. Appreciate ya.
Ooh, and if you haven't yet, subscribe to this channel so you won't miss the next episode. I'll see you soon. Have a great week. So what do you think? Did you enjoy the episode or no? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Should I keep going with these on Saturday mornings? Let me know your thoughts. As always, thanks so much for being a part of my day and a part of my life. And hey, thanks for letting me be a part of yours. It really does mean a lot to me. See you soon. Well, it's official. The Saturday Morning Survivor cartoon series is back. Welcome to the show. This week, we are talking about things that narcissists say when they're manipulating you. Let's get started. My name's Angie Atkinson. You can call me Animated Angie, and on this channel, I offer free daily video coaching to help you discover, understand, and overcome narcissistic abuse in toxic relationships. I like to call it Toxic Relationship Rehab. If that sounds good to you, hit that subscribe button, and let's get started. This is Neil the narcissist. Neil is here to help us understand that narcs are a little different. Neil, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Now, what exactly did you want again? I thought you said there'd be a show here. I see no show. What the hell?
Geez, you weren't kidding when you said you were a textbook narcissist, huh? Why, I oughta... So, today we're going to be covering things that narcissists say. I can think of a few. How about you, Neil? Can you think of any?
Oh my god, this is the most boring thing I've ever seen. You are really not very interesting. Good God.
Well, I guess that answered my question. So, how about we do it like this? You say something in, let's say, Narcanese, and I'll explain it to the audience, alright?
I mean, if you think you're capable of understanding my super powerful and superior way of speaking, well, I guess you could try. I guess.
I'll see what I can do. You know you're involved with a narcissist when they exhibit several of the following behaviors. Okay? So, what they say and what they actually do are two very different things. They're incredibly selfish, they lack empathy, they repeatedly show you that they don't care about your feelings or how you could possibly be affected by their behavior. They don't care. It's a fact. You've caught them in many, many lies, stories. They minimize their involvement or responsibility. It's really all about them. I mean, everything is always on their terms. They require excessive amounts of attention and admiration. It's exhausting. So they blow hot and cold. They do tend to get bored really easily, and they always seem to be looking for better opportunities out there in the world, right? Looking to obtain more narcissistic supply or better supply. There usually are a string of people in their background that they call friends, but that's really like a harem.
Holy frick, Angie. Who taught you how to drive? You better let me get behind the wheel. Ugh.
What that really means, I'm a better driver than Neil, but he wants to be behind the wheel because it would put him in control of the situation.
Wait, what? Ugh. You're too sensitive.
What that really means, I wish you wouldn't call me out on my bad behavior.
Nobody likes you.
What that really means, nobody likes me, but I'm going to project it onto you.
God, you're crazy.
What that really means is I'm getting really nervous that Angie's telling everybody the truth about me.
I don't have an anger problem.
What that really means, I have an anger problem. Why do y'all keep pointing it out so much? Jeez.
You are my soulmate.
What that really means is I like this temporary buzz I'm getting off of you, girl. What's up?
My last girlfriend was crazy.
What that really means, I abused my last girlfriend as well, but I'd like you to think she's lying when she comes to you about it, okay?
But I've always wanted to settle down.
What that really means, I know if I say this now, you'll think I'm a nice, responsible guy and hook up with me, girl.
But I'm sorry.
What that really means, I sure could use your attention right about now, girl.
But that never happened.
What that really means, I did something horrible and I want you to just ignore it.
God, stop living in the past, alright?
What that really means, I'm not sorry. Now, can I get back to the abuse, please? It's more fun. What that really means, I've been on Tinder and I got like 16 women on speed dial right now. What's up, girl?
Obviously, you're the problem.
What that really means is, obviously, I'm the problem. And now it's time for the question of the day. And the question of the day is, what kind of stuff did or does your narcissist say? Could be on this list or otherwise, and don't forget to tell us what the translation is in the comments below, alright? So share your thoughts below, and let's have a good discussion about this, shall we? Well, that's all I've got for you today. Stay tuned for Self-Love Sunday tomorrow. I'll see you then. As always, thanks so much for being a part of my day and a part of my life, and hey, thanks for letting me be a part of yours. It really does mean a lot to me. I'll see you soon. Mwah. It's my mission to teach others what I know to be true. You really can create the life you want. Take care of your body, take care of your soul, nurture the real you, and introduce him or her to the world. Be comfortable in your own skin and in your place in this world. Take your spot, take it now, and the universe will take its cue from you. You feel me? If so, subscribe to my channel. Let's get it done together. Who are the best people and the worst people to let into your inner circle? That's what we're talking about today at queenbeing.com. Let's get started, shall we? My name is Animated Angie Atkinson, and on this channel I offer free daily video coaching to help you discover, understand, and overcome narcissistic abuse and toxic relationships. I like to call it toxic relationship rehab. So, if that sounds good to you, hit that subscribe button and let's get going. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the show. My name's Animated Angie, and today we're talking all about the people we all need in our inner circle for support after narcissistic abuse. This is Survivor Sally, my special guest today. Sally, welcome to the show. Hey, thanks. Glad to be here. My pleasure, Sally. So let's just dig right in. When you've been through narcissistic abuse, you may not always remember what it's like to have a really good support system. That's why today we're going to talk about the 8 types of friends we all need in our inner circles. Are you ready? I'm ready. And that's right, Angie. When seeking out your inner circle members, there are some personality traits that you'll especially want to be on the lookout for. That's what we're covering today. True that, when you find a friend with one or more of these traits, you want to foster that relationship because these people will become your greatest inner circle supporters. Let's dig right in, shall we? Absolutely. Right on. These are all pillared personality traits that combined will create an amazingly effective and supportive inner circle. Get ready. First up, the creator. The creator is the sort of person who helps you build yourself up. They'll be able to see what you're good at and will help you to grow those talents while consistently motivating you to always keep trying. Love a creator. Yes, I love creators. Right, I'm with you. Next up, the defender. This person will be your protector and will stand up for you against anything and anyone. They'll always have your back, even if they don't always agree with you. The defender is loyalty personified. And I mean, who doesn't love a good defender? Know what I mean? And of course, number 3, the cheerleader. Seemingly never-ending energy is what makes this person a good person, and they'll always be there for you. They'll always give you a positive spin on things. You'll learn to rely on your cheerleader for support when you're feeling down or motivated. It's good stuff, right? I'll be your cheerleader, girl. Rah, 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 you are amazing. Hell yeah, you will. And then there's the networker. This is the sort of person who knows everybody and also who knows what everybody's unique talents are. They'll help to bring you together with those that can help you grow your own talents and become a stronger person with stronger connections. Yes, everybody loves a networker, and we certainly can't forget the enlightened one. This one's going to encourage you to expand your horizons physically, spiritually, and emotionally. They will always challenge you with your new ideas and concepts, and gosh, they'll never ask you to agree, only to consider. The enlightened one is a mind opener. Know anybody like that? Indeed, yes. Then there's the pilot. You'll quickly learn to seek out this person when you need guidance or direction, or when you feel like all is lost. The pilot has a unique talent for helping you put things in perspective and get back on track when you get overwhelmed. This will provide invaluable information or prove invaluable when a perceived failure happens. What do you think about that? It's good stuff. I mean, I think everybody needs a pilot now and again. Indeed we do, my friend. Indeed we do. And finally, the BFF or compadre. No stress, no pretension. This person is the one you'll think of first, every time. Anytime you have a success to celebrate or a failure to lament, they'll never turn you away, day or night, and it's this person you'll trust the most. Hey BFF, what up? Absolutely true. And it's this one that could be the most important. Truth. Of course, this isn't totally an exhaustive list of personality types that you might want to include in your inner circle, but keep your eyes and ears open for these personality traits when you're looking for new friends. All right. Well, I guess it wouldn't be fair to cover the positive inner circle friends without covering the ones you should avoid, right? So meet Nancy the narcissist. She's here to help me explain this mess to you. Ugh. Yeah, because obviously I've got nothing better to do. Gah. All right, Nancy, let's get it done. Hey, did you hear that Sally's boyfriend is sleeping around? I heard it's because Sally is so lame in bed. Oh my. Well, that brings me to my first recommendation, actually. Steer clear of the gossip hound. Gossipers tend to derive a lot of pleasure from other people's misdemeanor. Over time, it gets tiring, makes you feel pretty freaking gross, and really, really hurts other people. You know what? There are just too many positive people out there and too much to learn from interesting people to waste your time talking about the misfortune of others. Okay, whatever. What the? I saw you looking at me in there. Why do you hate me so much? I was just trying to get all the attention in the room, get all the spotlight. How dare you take the spotlight from me, even for a brief moment? You bring me to my next point. The temperamental person. Just like a good old Nancy here, there are some jerks, people, who have absolutely no control over their emotions. They'll lash out at you, project their feelings onto you, and all the while thinking how stupid you are and how you're the person causing all the problems. These types are tough to dump from your life because, quite honestly, their lack of control over their own emotions just absolutely makes you feel kind of bad for them, especially when you're an empath. But push comes to shove, temperamental types will use you as their emotional dumpster and should be avoided at all costs. Look, you just stay over there, Nancy. I'm not going to be okay with you hitting me ever again. I don't care how emotional you are. Ugh. Oh my god, I thought we were friends. You don't care about me. I'm so alone. Wow, you are something else. This brings me to my next person to avoid, actually, the victim. See, victims, like you, are tough to identify because initially we feel bad for them and empathize with their problems, but as time passes, you begin to realize that their time of need is all the time. Victims actively push away personal responsibility they have by making every speed bump they encounter or that anyone else encounters into an uncrossable path. They simply don't see the hard times as opportunities to learn and grow from. Instead, they see them as a sort of out. They really literally choose to suffer every time. Ugh. Oh my god, I know you're in the middle of a show here, but I need plenty of supply. I mean attention and yeah, there's the next one. Self-absorbed, selfish, these types. They bring you down with their rude and weird behavior, their self-centeredness, and quite honestly, You can usually tell when you're hanging around self absorbed types because you start to feel completely alone, even in an entire room full of these people. Okay? Of course, that's because, as far as they're concerned, there really is no point in having an actual conversation or connection between them and anyone else. Basically, they consider you a big old tool they use to build their self esteem and for supply, of course. God, I really hate that you have this YouTube show. You are so stupid. No better than me, and quite honestly, who the hell do you think you are to have a show? God, I hate you. Ha! Now Nancy's getting her envy on, and yeah, that's exactly the next type to avoid, the envious ones. To these types, the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. Even when something great happens to envious types, they certainly don't enjoy it or have any great satisfaction from it. Of course, that's because when they measure their fortune against the world's fortune, they ought to be focused on their own satisfaction instead from within. And let's face it, there's always someone out there who's doing better than you if you look hard enough. If you spend really too much time around these types, it's pretty dangerous because they sort of brainwash you and negatively affect your energy. It trivializes your own accomplishments at the same time. Ridiculous. Well, Angie, I really love the new office. You sure do hard work. And I think you're beautiful and amazing and all those other good things you want to be. Hey, here's another random and meaningless compliment just for good measure. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah. Thanks, Nancy. I have worked so hard on this stuff. I really appreciate the validation from you on this one. Yeah, you probably do, huh? Ugh. Listen, I know you're like really busy and too busy to hang out with a loser like me and stuff, but if you could possibly let me borrow $1 bazillion, I'd really appreciate it because I secretly think you hate me. I really wish we could hang out more, but I know you don't have time for me. I think you hate me, but I still want to borrow your cash, okay? Ugh, you are something else. The manipulator. Oh, that's my next one. Manipulators suck out your time, your energy just like a vampire. And quite honestly, they can be tricky to deal with because they start out treating you like a friend. It's confusing. Good. Jean thinks she's so cool, but she keeps wearing last season's Pradas. Don't. Good Lord, Nancy, you are on fire today, ain't you? Well, let's discuss the judgmental ones since you brought us here. Those people are quick to tell you exactly what is or isn't cool, and like you, girl, they have a way of talking and talking the thing you're most passionate about, making you feel terrible about it. It's stupid. So instead of appreciating you or learning from you, or anyone who's different from them, judgmental types look down on other people. They stifle your desire to be passionate, expressive, or anything else, and quite honestly, you're best cutting them out, off, and being yourself. Feel me? Whew. Boy, am I glad to see you again, Sally. Nancy the narcissist is freaking awful. There are just certain toxic people who have horrible intent. They're either out to get you, out to hurt you, or make you feel bad, or to get something from you, I guess. Girl, you are on it. Toxic people. Girl, yes. The more irrational and off base someone is, the easier it becomes for you to remove yourself from their traps if you're careful. Just don't try to keep beating them at their own game. It never works. Just walk away. Distance yourself from them emotionally and approach your interactions with them like they're, a science project or you're their whatever. You don't need to respond to the emotional chaos, just the facts. Great rock. Say it, sister. Maintaining an emotional distance definitely requires awareness, so be careful. Remember, you can't stop someone from pushing your buttons if you don't recognize that when it's happening, huh? Indeed, my friend. Sometimes you'll find yourself in the situations where you'll need to regroup and choose the best way forward. And you know what? That's fine. Just don't be afraid to buy yourself some time if you need to from now and then, okay? And as always, thanks for being a part of my day and a part of my life. And hey, thanks for letting me be a part of yours. It really does mean a lot to me. I'll see you soon. Mwah. It's my mission to teach others what I know to be true. You really can create the life you want. Take care of your body, take care of your soul, nurture the real you, and introduce him or her to the world. Be comfortable in your own skin and in your place in this world. Take your spot, take it now, and the universe will take its cue from you. You feel me? If so, subscribe to my channel. Let's get it done together. Hey survivors, it's Angie Atkinson, and today QueenBee.com, we're going to talk about 10 different types of narcissists and how they destroy your self-esteem. Alright, so let's get started. My name is Angie Atkinson, and this channel is all about teaching you what I know to be true. You really can create the life you want. Alright, so having a healthy self-esteem is absolutely imperative if you're ever going to be really happy. And when you have self-esteem, obviously it means you have confidence in who you are as a person. And it means you feel sure in what you do, and it means you like who you are as a person and you respect yourself. It means that you can see the value of being who you are, right? Well, self esteem is important because, you know, how you view yourself absolutely guides what you believe and how you feel, okay? It also impacts how other people feel about you. And unfortunately, there are narcissists who can kind of latch onto your self esteem and drain it dry. It's kind of their shtick, you know what I'm saying? So you want to protect yourself from, you know, these types of people, obviously. And sometimes that means making the difficult decision to go no contact or distance yourself from people who are close to you. So the first one we're going to talk about is called the negative narcissist. This is a narcissist who can be found in conversations. So what do I mean by that? Well, the type of narcissist who will try to make you feel bad about yourself, in some negative conversations. This is the type of narcissist who will abuse you through conversation. So you can recognize it because the narcissist will try to make you feel bad about yourself. The words sound okay, but they're said in such a way that they erode how you feel about yourself. Feel me? Okay. An example of this would be someone who says something like, "Oh, that dress is beautiful. You know what? It would look even better on you if you just lose a few pounds." Yeah. Uh, you know, that's a sucker punch conversation, wouldn't you say? The first part of it was kind, and so you were kind of relaxed and open about it, right? But then the blow came, and many people, when this happens, they're totally caught off guard, and it affects their self-esteem because our self-esteem, because when we internalize it, making what was said about us instead of the person who said it. And obviously, this type of person is the type who intentionally wants to make you feel bad, even though they may not consciously admit that to you. Okay, you can get rid of these types by saying things in return like, "That's kind of personal. Why would you say something like that?" Especially if it's someone who isn't personally connected with you, right? Or someone. A narcissist can only walk away with your self esteem if you allow it, my friend. That's all I'm saying. Now, people will tell you, certain narcissists will say things to you like, "Oh, you're ugly, you're fat, you're stupid, you're worthless." Those people are just trying to hurt you. Don't give them another second of your time, and don't put up with those types of comments. Don't tolerate that in your relationship, okay? You are not what your narcissist tells you that you are. Those statements that they make that hurt you, that's not a reflection of who you are. That's a reflection of who your narcissist is, okay? But what's worse than that is when it becomes our own head talking to us, because their voices, we hear it so often. We start telling ourselves the same things they're telling us. Maybe we say we're ugly, fat, stupid, or worthless. We erode our own self-esteem sometimes because of this abuse. And none of us are born this way. None of us are born talking to ourselves that way, but we learn it from someone who tries to suck our self esteem out of us, usually a narcissist, often. Once you adopt behaviors like this, and you're saying this kind of stuff in your head every single day, you have to change it. You have to make a decision every single time that thought comes in your head. You have to change it. And if you can do that, life's going to get a lot better. But if you don't intentionally control your vibration and your thought processes and patterns, you might find your life getting really shitty really fast. Let's be honest, okay? All right. Let's talk about a narcissist who abuses you through social media, okay? So this has become a huge issue, and it's growing bigger and sucking the self-esteem from millions of people, literally. Social media has opened the door for so many people to, bring out their inner narcissist, right? So even if they didn't seem like a narcissist before, and please understand, I'm not talking about selfie takers. I'm not talking about nice people who just like the way they look in a selfie sometimes, okay? I'm talking about people who bully and tear down other people. I'm talking about the ones who are draining the self esteem of others in order to build themselves up. They say snarky comments to people. Some of them are down there in my comments every now and then here on YouTube. And, sometimes they hurt people in ways they don't even know, you know? Like there's that meme out there where they're like, that girl you called fat, well, she has an eating disorder, and that kid that you said was this, and that's the truth. People don't think people online so often don't consider other people real people, and sometimes even non narcissists will get in on the online bullying because it feels impersonal. But what people don't think about is the fact that that person they're bullying is a human being with feelings. They're somebody's daughter, they're somebody's son, they're somebody's brother, father, sister, mother, whatever. And it's really disrespectful, and it can really ruin lives. People don't even realize. Most people take the comments of perfect strangers to heart, and they don't take the time to recognize the comments for what they were. And this is especially true for people who are already self-esteem compromised. Do you understand what I mean? The attitude and the actions from someone who doesn't have the capacity for online maturity. Does that make any sense at all? You have to ignore the comments that try to tear you down on your social media sites, because there are many people who will consider themselves expert trolls. I have one in my head right now. Somebody I know who considers himself an expert troll. Okay? And some of those people, their sole purpose is to cause friction online. It is literally their form of entertainment. They don't think about it as people. They think about it as fun. Like they enjoy it. And I think that's an evidence of a certain type of narcissism. Social media can also cause narcissism if it causes you to, if s- well, let me just say this. Sometimes social media can affect your self-esteem in a negative way without a narcissist, because sometimes people will stare at other people's lives on social media there and wish that it was their own lives. But please, I just want to remind you to this about social media. I want to remind you that sometimes it presents a false balance of life to the world. You only get a peek into the world. You get a peek at the perfect house, the perfect family, the smiles, the laughter, and the heavily edited photos that don't show the true picture. Don't let these false representations tear your self esteem down. I'll tell you what, I don't even see it as a false picture. I see it as a picture of the best of what you are, or whoever is. And I'll tell you right now, most of my social media posts, I'm not going to show you the messy parts of my house. Okay, I did that once, but but mostly I'm going to be showing you the good parts of my life, because I'm a positive person and I want to think about mostly the good things. The things that suck in my life, I don't focus on. So you won't see those things on social media. Do you see what I'm saying? So I think most people don't think about that when they're looking at somebody else's perfect life, especially if that person happens to be like the new supply, or the girl from high school who bullied you, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Okay. A lot of social media, as I said, is embellished because people find it easier to present a better version of their lives. And often, sometimes, it greatly differs from reality. But keep in mind that many people are too self conscious to speak up about the sad side of their lives. Or some people are like me, where they just choose to focus on the positive. Doesn't mean my life is perfect. I mean, it's pretty good. But it's not perfect. Of course it's not. I'm a freaking human, just like all of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, moving right along. Let's talk about the mistake kind of abuse. Okay? Now look, here's the thing. You wouldn't be human if you didn't make mistakes. Neither would I. I make so many mistakes. We all do, right? But some people make a lot of little mistakes, and other people make mistakes that are huge. Okay? So, but what you have to realize is that mistakes that you've made, they don't really define who you are as a person. And they're not a picture of your future. So a lot of times narcissists, while a mistake is typically something that happens that can offer you the opportunity to learn from the situation, a narcissist will force you to live in that mistake as long as possible, and they will repeatedly bring it up and bring it up and bring it up and throw it in your face, no matter how bad you feel about it. And when we make mistakes, a lot of times, often those people who are closest to us don't let us go, don't let it go, and the narcissist will remind you of your mistake and how you know terrible it was and how bad you should feel, as though you don't feel bad enough already. And it can feel like they're kind of rubbing your nose in it, like you're a bad dog who peed on the floor. You know what I'm talking about? So they remind you how I mean, maybe you tried to start a business and it failed, or maybe you blew up the finances, or you shopped too much and bounced something here or there, or They warned you about that guy or that girl that you used to be crazy about that was terrible news. Even if you all have been married for 20 years since then. These people, narcissists, they can really be hard to take, are they not? But of course, this is even more so when you already feel bad about the mistake. You keep reminding yourself, again, how did you fail? You keep reminding yourself because obviously you wish you didn't do what you did. Obviously, you've already beat yourself up enough and the narcissist continues to do it. So get rid of this. Tell yourself it's over and you're moving on in the right direction, whatever the mistake was. If the narcissist keeps bringing it up, you just tell them, look, it's over, move on. Don't drag it around. I'm not going to drag it around and I'm not going to let you pile it on me either. Take a firm stance against having the past thrown in your face because it's just going to knock you down as you try to better your life. And what's the point of that, right? All right. The next type is the approval seeking type. All right. Sometimes people have a laid back personality, and that's awesome. Narcissists tend to have more forceful personalities in one way or another. And while both a laid back person and a forceful person has certain strengths, the problem obviously arises when the narcissist decides that they have a stronger personality and they're going to tell you what your life should be or shouldn't be, right? So then they'll try to make it so that you have to seek their approval through every aspect of your life. And when you try to do something on your own, they're very quick to say, look, that's not going to work, and let me tell you why. And it's really not very smart of you to attempt it. Now, what this does, of course, is erode your self esteem until you're driven to the point that you come to them for advice or help with whatever you want to do in life because you begin to think that you can't do it on your own. They literally keep you dependent on them for your happiness and theirs, and you surrender control of your life to them in return. Is it worth it? Hell no, it's not worth it. You don't need to seek approval from a narcissist to be who you are or from anyone and to live the kind of life you've always wanted. As long as, like I tell my children, that life is legal and doesn't physically hurt you and is relatively ethical, I ain't gonna be mad at you. You know what I'm saying? Legal, safe, happy, that's all you need to be. Your actions are your own. And, you know, you are smart enough to reach for your dreams without having to seek approval. If you don't know the way you should go, take a deep breath and relax. You'll learn. You're capable. You don't need anyone else's stamp of approval, okay? Not mine, not the narcissist, not your mother's, not your father's, just yours. You feel me? All right, let's talk about comparisons. This is a nasty situation where we kind of put it on ourselves and we all have a little trouble with it, but it can erode self esteem pretty quickly and it can leave you feeling pretty unhappy with your life, even if you have a pretty good life. What is it? Well, it's when a narcissist makes you feel like you're not doing a good enough job with handling your life because it fails to measure up to someone else's life. Even multimillionaires can suffer from these types of things if they consider comparing themselves to like multi-billionaires, right? The comparison situation is when the narcissist piles on us the accomplishments and behaviors and general existence of other people. We might feel jealous of that person because of it. And obviously we can experience jealousy because they, appear to have something better, or they tell you that they have something better, or maybe this happens when the narcissist moves on and is dealing with a new supply and now they appear to have someone who's better than you and who treats them better and whatever. But the truth is, my friend, I've done a video on this before, the new supply is almost never going to have a better time than you. The new supply will go through the same cycles you did, and so there'll be the love bombing and the devalue and the discard, no matter how attractive or rich or whatever they are. I promise you I know what I'm talking about. They say we can feel jealousy, maybe we'll feel jealous because their new house is nicer or someone else's house is nicer. Sometimes the jealousy has nothing to do with an arc. Maybe we feel jealous of someone because their life seems better. Their car is newer, their clothes are more expensive, maybe they have a better job, maybe they can afford to do some home remodeling that you've been wanting to do or some awesome decorating deal. They get to take lavish vacations to places you've dreamed of going or whatever. But look, you got to stop comparing this because this kind of comparison in general It definitely robs you of living your life and enjoying it. You don't know what's going on in someone else's life, and looking at it from the outside can totally give you a distorted view, like we talked about regarding social media, right? It could be that you have more freedom than they do, that you're not in debt like they are, or that, you're not dealing with the emotional situations they're hiding from the world. You never know what is truly going on with another person, all right? Get rid of this type of behavior and this type of negativity in your life by recognizing and being grateful for the good things that you do have in your life. Refuse to allow negative feelings to tower over someone else's seemingly good fortune. All right? So, then there's the type of narcissist that is always very concerned about what others think. And this type of narcissist loves to steal your self esteem. They assume that people are thinking thoughts about us that are less than kind. And they assume that that everyone's against them and everyone, or they are the people who are focusing on, they focus so much on what other people think that they don't focus on you, their partner, or whatever. They believe people around them are talking about them, or they might think everybody thinks they're amazing and awesome, and that's how it is. For us, this manifests as, like I said, we assume people are thinking thoughts about us that are less than kind. We think they're having conversations and our names are cropping up, and it's not good. In these conversations, nothing good is being said. Certainly, they're discussing the way we look. Certainly, they're talking about how poor our products are or the rumors they've heard about us or whatever. But you know what? When we believe this, it makes us feel self conscious and awkward. It robs us of what could be beautiful friendships and new opportunities because we shy away from these people or we keep them at arm's length. We're afraid to say or do anything that will give us, that would give them more fuel to think about us negatively. This is the type of narc that you have to realize, they need to understand that other people really aren't dwelling on their lives. And you, as you get their voice in your head and you start to think this way, you have to realize the same thing. Most people are way too busy to keep up with someone else's life. They all have plenty to handle on their own. Wouldn't you agree? So don't let yourself dwell on what other people are thinking. Don't let yourself dwell on what other people are thinking or saying or doing when you're not around. The worst case scenario is you're right. And what if they are ridiculing you? So what? Do other people's opinions really have a place in your life? Hell no, they don't. Trust me. I have been in a situation many times where someone didn't like what I was doing, someone didn't, whatever. And you know what I always say? Cool. Have a nice day. Whatever. All right, let's talk about perfectionism. This is the situation that doesn't allow you to truly live. When you allow perfectionism to attach to your life, where you feel like you're not, you're just, everything must be just so, everything must be perfect. You don't leave the, room for much good stuff to happen, because what happens is that perfectionism brings the waiting game along with it. Okay, you have to wait until everything is perfect for you to make a personal move or a professional move. You don't take chances with new ideas or ventures because perfectionism doesn't welcome mistakes. You can begin to develop an all or nothing mentality. Perfectionism is horrible because it leaves you feeling inwardly bruised. You're going to beat yourself up every single time you make a mistake. And dude, it's not worth it. Okay. It's not. And since you're going to begin to make mistakes as long as you're breathing, I mean, everybody's been making mistakes since, depending on which religion you're talking about, since the day they were born or maybe sometime before that, right? You're going to go through life thinking that you'll never be able to do anything right if you stay focused on that. Perfectionism is a leech to your self-esteem. It will convince you that you will never be good enough, and the narcissist would be happy to have you convinced of that. You're going to walk around believing that you're a failure before you even attempt to do anything if you keep this in your head. Narcissists keep so many people stuck. The narcissist wants you to be stuck in life, and you will be stuck in a life of wanting more but never having it, because you would have to risk the fear of failure if perfectionism is your thing. Okay, let's talk about drama. Who drama? Drama narcissists, the narcissists in drama. They take from you, they destroy your self esteem, and they make you absolutely miserable. Many people have experienced drama with a narcissist. Well, many people who know narcissists, they understand that people like these don't, they take and they take and they take and they never give back to you. They aren't good for you, my friend. And with someone who's going the drama route, a narcissist who's in drama mode, whatever's going on in his or her life must be absolutely the most important thing in the world. And by gosh darn it, you must help them immediately to deal with it. You have to put your personal or professional life on hold in order to bolster them up and keep them from going under. And if you do, you get sucked in every time they need you. This destroys your self esteem when it reaches to the point you can't be there every time they need you because it's impacting your life negatively. Your significant other isn't happy about the amount of time the drama takes you away. So, again, this is where you miss work maybe, or you can't concentrate on work because, and of course the significant other thing is only if the narcissist isn't the significant other. um, but you can't miss work, you miss work, or you can't concentrate on work because the drama is wrecking your time, taking over your thoughts. Your boss might tell you you're just not cutting it at work anymore, or a business partner might feel let down by your lack of focus and commitment. To deal with this, you have to understand that for some people, drama is a lifestyle. While it might be true that they have problems, even a ton of problems, you know that if you're always the one who rescues them, you've entered into a codependent relationship. All right? That's definitely not what you want. This type of drama usually comes from toxic friends or family, but it can also be people in your professional life. And if you don't rush in to rescue them, guess what? They turn on you. They'll say you're not doing enough to help them. You're not loaning them money, holding their hand, rushing over every time they call. They'll slap ugly labels on you or tear you down. You don't have enough empathy. You're mean. You don't love them enough. How can you be so freaking selfish? When they say negative things about you, you can begin to believe that the problem is you. Especially if you're dealing with several family members or professional acquaintances in a group who are drama narcs. And it can be a big drain on you emotionally, physically, even financially sometimes. When you're always putting out fires for others and you realize someone's leaning on you too much, you put your foot down and you become available so that they're forced to handle things themselves. Or tell them to find someone else to turn to instead of you. Yeah, they're going to be frustrated with you. They might even lash out at you. But that's because they're not comfortable handling their own life obstacles. You don't want to enable them anymore. All right? Let's talk about disempowerment. This doesn't happen when your self esteem is strong. Because when that happens, you can speak boldly about life and with confidence about who you are and what you do or want from life. But disempowerment happens when others don't value what you do or what you want. For example, if a person wants to go to an Ivy League college, if a narcissist or someone else would say to them, "Oh, they let anyone in there now," you know, let's say, you got accepted and they say, "Oh, they let anyone in there now." Well, that devalues your hard work and your effort, okay? It steals your sense of accomplishment and pride. Sorry, I've got this fruit fly in my office and it's driving me crazy. We brought in some fresh fruit the other day and I just can't seem to make this thing go away. I need to, anyway. But it's it steals your sense of accomplishment and pride. It also you can kind of bring this on yourself because if you have always wanted to, like, say, start your own business, and someone asks you, "Hey, what do you want to do?" If you downplay it, well, that can really be hard on your self-esteem. So don't downplay your accomplishments. Don't make light of your hard work. The problem is that if you do that, it really negatively affects your perspective. So you can recognize if you're disempowering yourself by how you speak about yourself in your own life. If you say, "I wish I could start my own business," that's not the right way to do it, girl or guy. Instead say, "I am starting my own business." Empower yourself with your speech. You feel me? All right, let's talk about conforming. This happens when, someone looks at how things have been done and they don't see a way to do it any differently. So the narcissist will, require that you conform because it's the way that they want. The strength of this type of issue is found in tradition, of course, in the way that things have always been done, and instead of the way things can be done better. This type of situation erodes your self esteem by insinuating that your ideas are foolish and that there's no way that they'll work because no one else has ever been able to accomplish that, as the narcissist, I'm sure, will tell you. You can talk yourself out of trying anything if you allow the conforming, a narcissist who requires you to conform to dictate what you do or don't do in life, right? So you might hear this referred to as taking the road not traveled. The reason the road isn't taken and new ventures sometimes don't get off the ground is because people are afraid to stand out, afraid to run with an idea that others say can't be done or is different from what's been done before. So when you have an idea and you tell yourself that it's foolish, or you allow other people to convince you that it's foolish, your self esteem takes a hit because you can start to believe that you're not as smart as others who have found success. Okay? And that, my friend, is no bueno. So you need to start believing in yourself again. Start believing in your ideas because that's how life changes for the better. Stop putting limitations on yourself. Stop allowing the narcissist to put limitations on you. Free yourself from all of those chains and start your life again. Okay? I promise you, that's the way to go. All right. I'm going to wrap up for right now because I do believe I need to go make cupcakes with my beautiful daughter. Have a wonderful day, everybody. I will see you tomorrow for another video. Thanks so much for being a part of my day and a part of my life. I'll see you soon. It's my mission to teach others what I know to be true. You really can create the life you want. Take care of your body. Take care of your soul. Nurture the real you and introduce him or her to the world. Be comfortable in your own skin and in your place in this world. Take your spot. Take it now. And the universe will take its cue from you. You feel me? If so, subscribe to my channel. Let's get it done together. Hey survivors, it's Angie Atkinson, and today we're about to do another episode of Narcs of Our Lives. Let's do it. Today's episode kind of has a little mean girl aspect to it. It's all about triangulation between these three women. We've got Becky, who is the new person in the group, and we've got, Liz and Molly, who are, in fact, friends who already were hanging out together. These two, every Friday night, they go out for girls' night out after work. So one week they decide they're going to go ahead and invite Becky to go along with them, and this is where all the fun begins. I am Angie Atkinson, and these are the Narcs of Our Lives. So this is Molly, and this is Liz. These two are going on a girls' night out, which they do once a week. They're people who work together in an office, all right? So Liz and Molly have been looking for a third lady to join them on their girls' night outs on Fridays. And as they're discussing, well, I'll just let them tell you. Hi, Liz. Hey, girl, hey. Happy to see you, Molly. It is so good to get out. I love our weekly girls' night. Ba la la la, yeah. Hey, how about we invite Becky next week? Yeah, it sounds great. She's really cool. Hey girl, hey! You want to join Molly and me for girls' night this weekend? I thought you'd never ask. I'll be there. So far, so good for our heroes, right? Well, then, unfortunately, Liz has a prior commitment come up or some kind of an issue, and she can't make it on Friday night. So she mentions this to their friend at work. Hey girl, hey. I cannot make it to girls' night out. I'm so bummed. Well, that sucks, but we'll miss you for sure. Yeah, I hate to miss it, but I'll totally be there next time. Oh my god, it is so good to get out of the house for once. Right? How's your week been? Girl, I have been dying for this day. Yeah. La 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 la. Hell yeah. Hey, wonder why Liz couldn't join us. Well, she claimed to be busy, but you know how that goes. I mean, have you seen her new hair? Talk about trying too hard. She has a bright red streak in it like she's 16 again. Do you think she's trying too hard or what? Nah, she's real sweet. Ugh, whatever you say. Well, the following Tuesday or Wednesday, they head over and do a convention for their company in the office. And then this happened. Hey girl, hey. How you doing? Oh my god, I love your hair. Oh, you're so sweet. Thanks, girl. Yeah, it's super cute. And who cares what Molly says anyway? Freaky Molly. What'd she say now? Ugh, you know Molly. It's always something with her. She told me you're trying too hard or something when you got your hair cut last time. And I know that new red streak is just gonna put her over the edge. That girl, I swear. Wait, what? I knew Molly was kind of sassy, but did she really say that? You heard nothing from me. So the next time Liz and Molly meet up at work, it doesn't go so well. They have been triangulated by their friend, and their friend, well, this is what happens. Ugh. What? No, hey girl, hey. Liz, I freaking love that new dude of yours. Whatever, Molly. Don't bother lying to me. Wait, what? Why are you mad at me? Hey girl, hey. Just kidding. So therein lies the rub. Obviously, what we have here is two friends who were doing just fine until this third party came in and triangulated them. She put herself in the middle, and it turned out that this particular person just kind of really wanted to be friends with one of these girls, and or at least some of these girls, and she by triangulating them against each other, she put herself in the middle, and now if she's lucky, she'll win. But hopefully, these two girls will stick together and realize who the real friends are here. All right. So that's how triangulation works with a real life example. What do you think? Share your thoughts below, and I'll do another video that's more informative and less visual on this topic if you like. Just let me know in the comments below, okay? Every day I do videos, okay? Tomorrow morning you will see affirmations at 6 a.m. and then that's Central Time, by the way. And before 9 a.m. Central Time, you'll see my first vlog of the day, and then, my afternoon video like usual. So stay tuned. Please go ahead and subscribe if you haven't yet. If you need additional information about narcissism, narcissistic abuse recovery, and NPD, go ahead and visit queenbeing.com. And then you can also visit booksangieWrote.com if you'd like to pick up my books. What else? Oh, yeah. Visit narcissisticabuserecovery.online if you'd like a one-on-one coaching appointment with me personally. You can do that over the phone, Skype, whatever you want. And if you'd like to get my free 5-day email course, go ahead and visit narcissismsupportcoach.com. All right? Oh, and as always, thanks for letting me be a part of your life and a part of your recovery. I'll see you tomorrow, and thanks for being a part of my life. Hey, girl, hey.